I don't know what could have. Oh, yeah, there. Yeah. So we were just kind of walking, and I don't really know what happened, but she started to kind of feel like she needed to sit down, and so we sat down, and she's just kind of been really out of it, like kind of confused and stuff.
Hey, what's her name?
Alyssa.
Hey, Alyssa. My name's Lauren. How are you feeling right now? She's not feeling good?
No, she's just not feeling well.
Okay, can we get started on a set of vitals?
Yep. Kind of weird because it came out of the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So she was just feeling really weird. Just happened kind of all of a sudden. Okay.
This has never happened before. Here, I'll get out of your way.
Yeah. Just do blood pressure, pulse, and things like that. Hey, so are you able to talk to me? How are you feeling right now? You just no? All right. So you guys were just walking, and then all of a sudden,
going on a stroll, and then all of a sudden she just kind of on her own. She just kind of sat down and I tried speaking to her, saying hey, are you all right? And she's had very she's not talking normally. It's almost as if it's kind of slurred or whatnot.
Okay. Has she been sick lately? Do you know any of that?
No, not that I know of. She had a cold last week, but that's it really.
Okay.
The standard nasal infection.
Yeah. So a little bit of slurred speech.
And
she just got really dizzy.
Yeah. She had to sit down.
Okay.
It's just kind of worrisome.
Yeah. I want to see what this comes back with.
Okay. So I got blood pressure of 117 over 92.
Okay.
Is that normal?
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
That's pretty normal.
I'm
just gonna check your pulse too.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you to say something back to me, okay? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you say the sky is blue in Cincinnati?
Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah. Could you smile for me real quick? Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm noticing some
droopiness.
Yeah, some droopiness on her face. You just really feeling bad? Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. What'd you get for a pulse?
Yeah, the rest of the vitals are, I got 110 for pulse, 20 for resps. Her eyes are a little dilated, her pupils, and then her glucose is normal, it's 112.
Okay, cool. One other thing I'm gonna get you to do. Okay, Alyssa, so I'm gonna take your arms real quick. I'm gonna hold them up. Can you close your eyes for me? I'm gonna hold your arms up and just try and keep your arms up on your own, okay? Ready? Okay. All right, that's what I was thinking. I really want you to go to the hospital. As of right now, I'm kind of thinking that you had a stroke, but I can't know for sure. I'd love for you to go to the hospital and get checked out. Would you be able to come with us?
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, I definitely think she needs to go.
You
guys cool with that?
She's never had a stroke before, so we want to get this out as soon as possible.
Cool. So we'll just go out and get the cut, and we'll be good to go.
Okay. Yep. Hi, Alyssa. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling better.
All right, can you describe to me why you're in here? Based on the report, it said you had some numbness or lack of control on your right arm. Can you explain it to me a little bit more?
Yeah, just my right side started feeling weird and then tingly, and I couldn't really control what I was doing.
Okay. They also said you had some slurred speech and droopiness in your face. Do you remember any of that?
Not really.
No? Okay. So based on what was reported by the EMTs, we believe you may have had a transient ischemic attack, which is also a TIA or a mini stroke.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
No, so we're going to order you an MRI to figure out exactly what was causing it, whether it was a blood clot or something else, and we'll figure that out from here. So we're going to go ahead and get you ready for the MRI and go from there.
Okay.
Alright, Alyssa, these are the results of your MRI test. I put in arrows to point out the points of interest. So there's little white lines. I don't know if you can see them or not. So that indicates that you obviously had a stroke, which proves that point as well. But we're still not sure of what may have caused it. So what we're going to do is have you have a CT scan. It's a little shorter than the MRI and not as long, and we'll get the results back fairly quickly. And then we'll go over those when we get them in.
Okay.
Okay, Alyssa, so we got your CT scan results. This little white spot here in the middle is what we call a puff of smoke, which we use to help identify a disease known as Moyamoya disease.
What's that? I've never heard of that.
Most people haven't. It's very rare. So before we go into what the disease of Moyamoya is and everything, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the normal functions of the brain. So there's arteries and blood vessels all over the brain moving oxygen and nutrients all throughout. But when it's deprived of these areas, like of the oxygen, the brain will react by you having a seizure or a stroke like you had just the other day. So with your stroke, you had numbness on the right side, which is caused by something happening on the left side of your brain. The left side of your brain controls the right side of your body, and the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body, which is why you had numbness on the right side, because you had a stroke on the left side of your brain. So Moyamoya is a Japanese term for puff of smoke, which we saw in the CT scan. What has happened is the arteries at the base of your brain, known as the basal ganglia, are closing, essentially. So you're not having enough blood flow to that part of your brain. The puff of smoke is from the teeny little blood vessels, compensating for that area that they've grown and they're all together at one spot. Before we get into treatment, we're going to have you come in for an angiogram.
What's an angiogram?
So an angiogram is where we're going to take a catheter and go through an artery in your groin.
Does that hurt?
It's not going to hurt. You're not going to be under anesthesia, but we'll give you anesthetics because we still need you awake when we're taking the images. So we'll be inserting dyes, and we'll be taking images, and it'll show us the vascular system of your brain, and it will help us determine if the disease is only affecting the left side of your brain or if it's affecting both the right and the left side. So there is no known cure for the disease, but there are several treatments. All the treatments, it's a brain surgery, which is pretty serious, and I know you probably have a lot of questions. But the treatment that we would most likely use for you would be a bypass surgery, where we take a healthy artery that is not affected by the disease and essentially place it onto your brain through sutures. So new healthy blood vessels will grow to areas that are the area that is not getting enough blood flow. So over time, the symptoms will start to fade as the new blood vessels continue to grow towards the areas that need it. But from every day from here on out, we need you to stay hydrated. Try not to become dehydrated because that increases your risk of a stroke. And we're also going to have you take baby aspirin every day.
Okay. So it's still possible that I'll have a stroke in the future?
Possible, but the chance is extremely lower, to a much lower percentage. As long as you keep staying hydrated, taking your aspirin. Every now and then you may feel some sort of tingling in your arms, but usually if you're doing what you're supposed to, it will go away.
Okay.
And that's, well, as you move on from surgery, years from now, you probably won't notice anything at all. So I know you probably have a lot of questions. Did you want to talk about that?
So you mentioned that one surgery. Do I have any other options?
Usually, we usually do this with younger patients, and in more serious cases, we'll go do a more invasive surgery where we go in and open up the arteries that have been blocked. But for you, this is probably the most likely solution that will help you in the future. Because usually you're not going to have as many problems with the surgery. It's less invasive. There's also other hospitals that do different kinds of surgeries. This is just what we do here. I can get you in contact with them and give you their information and everything if you would like that.
Okay.